Welcome on board Valkyrie. We are Mark and Cynthia. In 2020, we sold everything to chase a dream, cruising America's Great Loop. Starting from Buzzards Bay, Massachusetts in May 2025, we set off on a once-in-a-lifetime journey exploring 6,000 miles of North America's waterways, canals, lakes, and rivers. We are inviting you to join us out here, somewhere on the water, and experience our loop right alongside us. Previously on Somewhere on the Water, Cynthia made a boo-boo, and it went a little something like this.
Lots to do. We're on the West Cove, so there's a West Cove and an East Cove. So we're on the West Cove of Traverse City.
So I got schooled. Thank you to some followers, and I really appreciate this. I did a little Googling, and I'm gonna fix that. We left Charlevoix, which we absolutely loved, and we cruised the Grand Traverse Bay. The bay is a 32-mile long, 10-mile wide inlet of Lake Michigan divided into east and west arms by the 18-mile long Old Mission Peninsula. So there you go. So thank you for calling me out on that. We cruised the Grand Traverse Bay, and we stayed in the West Arm at the Duncan Clinch Marina. We had a great overnight stay there. So thank you for following along. Thank you for sending me to school. Stay tuned, because this episode is filled with a lot of, what do we do now? It's 9:10 in the morning on Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. And we are leaving Sutton's Bay. This was a very nice anchorage. It was quiet, good hold for the anchor. We did not go ashore because our winch is broken. And so we stayed on board last night. It rained yesterday, and it's a cloudy morning this morning, and we're, according to the news, expecting rain today. Yesterday we left Traverse City and traveled a couple of hours here to Sutton Bay, and today we were in hopes of getting a reservation at Leland. 9:40 a.m. and Mark just called Leland. So apparently several of the boats that were supposed to be leaving today have decided that they don't want to leave and they're going to stay, which is completely within their right to do. So right as of now, there's no space for us, which as of yesterday, we knew there was no reservation space for us.
Until the 15th is what they say.
Right, so they have no open bookings until the 15th. He said we could call back around 11 and see what's going on and take our, so Mark and I were just talking about whether or not we should just cruise for an hour and go to another anchorage and try Leland maybe tomorrow, or just push all the way to Frankfurt. We have tentatively started making plans to meet people in Chicago at the end of September, and it's only August 12th. So I don't know how we're gonna slow our roll for 5 weeks in Lake Michigan. If we trudge forward, are we gonna end up staying for a long time in Frankfurt? Are we gonna just start adding stops that we weren't originally planning? I don't know. But it's a really gray day today, and we're not really sure about this next anchorage with wind direction. Mark is saying what? That the wind direction's fine.
Is
it's the wave direction. Yeah. Aren't the waves usually in the direction in which the wind is pushing it?
That is usually the case. Yeah, well, my sources tell me the wind is going south-southwest. But it sure feels like it's coming from the southeast.
Waves in Lake Michigan are largely generated by localized wind. A north wind typically builds waves that travel south, while a south wind drives waves north. While waves generally follow the wind's direction, they often appear to shift directions as they move from deep to shallow water, turning to a line closer to the shoreline upon impact. Strong, persistent winds, like north or south winds, create waves that can force water to move along the beach, creating dangerous longshore currents that move in the same general direction as the wind. When winds change direction suddenly, which is a common occurrence, the waves from the old wind direction can clash with new waves, leading to choppy or confused water conditions. Because Lake Michigan is long and narrow, oriented north-south, winds blowing along this axis produce the highest waves because the wind has more fetch, the length of open water over which it blows. Here comes the rain, just in time for Mark to go do the anchor. See a sailboat way out there. So we're in 12 feet of water, and the anchor is down, and it is 10:10. We've been traveling an hour. And where are we?
I guess we're in Northport Bay. But we're down here. We left here.
We'll sit here until about 11:30, and
then we'll try calling them again and see if anything changed.
and if not,
then later on we'll move up to that anchorage that I was aiming for earlier.
because the winds are supposed to shift and come out of this direction, and so we would be more protected up in here. Correct?
Yes, well, once the waves start going the way I want them to, yeah.
Okay. So we left Sutton Bay, came here, kind of to wait out the rain and to see if anybody canceled their reservation at Leland. Well, they definitely did not cancel anybody. Nobody canceled at Leland. So we are going to move from here to another anchorage because we're expecting the winds to change, and this next anchorage would probably be a little better. And then we will have to decide whether or not we're going to shoot for a possible cancellation at Leland tomorrow or just go to Frankfurt. Frankfurt has no reservations. They're just a call at 8 o'clock in the morning.
And there's anchorages in there.
And there are anchorages in there. We need to get our packages that we had sent over to Frankfurt, which includes the all-important winch so we can put the tender down.
Yes.
But in the meantime, we're just playing this rainy day
Yeah, we'll just...
by ear, and yeah, so off we go. A little bit of a weird day. In the meantime, while we were at Anchorage, I made some peanut butter energy bites. It's quick oats, honey, peanut butter, chocolate chips, and it's just perfect for a little snack when you want something. What else did I do? Oh, I was Swiftered. So I take this Swifter and I went all along the paneling wood here, all along this and all along the walls, just to dust. So pretty much anywhere you see wood, I just Swifter all around, and now I'm doing the floors. Doing my interior duties and trying to keep everything clean. I also use these bags in my closets, and I replaced all those. That's how I filled my time this morning while we were figuring out what to do. this lighthouse point. We're gonna stay outside of the magenta line into the deeper water. It gets pretty shallow right in here, so we're gonna come up and around that way. The rain has slowed down. It's really been calm out here. Mark spied our first bald eagle since I think maybe Picton Island in New York. And as the day is progressing, we're seeing a little bit of sunshine, which is nice. But wow, some beautiful sand dunes. Just pleasantly surprised by the beautiful water. It's just absolutely amazing. And these sand dunes, I mean, for goodness sakes, it's just spectacular. All right, and Charlevoix was just too cute for words. Mackinac Island. Oh, just love Michigan. Anchor has been deployed and engines are off, and here we are. Oh, a little bit of a wind. Here we are somewhere amongst the sand dunes and this beautiful green water that you can see all the way to the bottom. Now the sun needs to come out and it needs to be 80 degrees so I can go swimming. This is like paradise in Michigan. Who knew?
Kathy Bay.
Probably a lot of people knew, but I didn't know. This is so awesome. Lake Michigan has completely pulled me in. The crystal blue water, endless shoreline, and towering sand dunes feel unreal. Being on board Valkyrie here on America's Great Loop and experiencing the beauty and solitude of being at anchor hits different. I think I'm officially a little obsessed, and honestly, I'm okay with that. Please stick around for the next episode of Somewhere on the Water. Valkyrie is going to leave the anchorage and continue along the shoreline of Lake Michigan. Do we finally get to stop in Leland? Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Our Loop. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned because there's lots more to come. Thank you.